In this example, we're going to see how we can use the associative property to make our computations more simple. Use the associative and commutative properties to perform the operations in the order you find most simple. So here we have 13 plus 29 in parentheses, and then plus 7. Well, since this is all addition, the associative property says that we can add in any order we'd like, and I'm just going to remove the parentheses altogether. So we can regroup them by changing the parentheses from these two to these two, but we can do that as many times as we'd like, so we can just omit them completely. So when we have all addition, you can just drop the parentheses because of the associative property, as long as it's all addition. Now what I'm noticing is that I'd like to add 13 and 7 first, because they add up to 20, and that will make my computation more simple. So by the commutative property, I can interchange this order. So we have 13 plus 7 plus 29. And then I can go ahead and add 13 plus 7 first, so I'm working from left to right. 20 plus 29, and 20 plus 29 is 49. Okay, so here we use the associative property, and here we use the commutative property. So you don't have to write each of these steps each time. What it boils down to is when you have all addition, you can add these two numbers first, regardless of the parentheses and regardless that they're not in that order from left to right. This is what makes these properties so powerful. Now let's look at a multiplication problem. We have 5 times 6 times 8 in parentheses. So the parentheses mean we should multiply 6 times 8 first, but by the associative property, we can regroup them however we'd like. So we could think of the parentheses as being around 5 times 6 and do this multiplication first. But in general, again, you can just drop the parentheses provided that all of the operations are multiplication. So now I have 5 times 6 times 8, and I'm noticing that I would like to multiply 5 and 6 first. And the reason is I know 5 times 6 is 30, and it's easier to multiply also when the units digit is 0. So 5 times 6 will give me 30, and 30 times 8 will give me 240. So I just needed to multiply the 3 and the 8 to get 24 and tack on a 0 for the tens place. So I didn't use the commutative property in this problem, but if I had wanted to, I could have done 5 times 8 times 6, and that would have given me 40 times 6, which is also 240, so our results are consistent.